Day 14, guys. Sunday, good things happening, but let's go ahead and jump into it and see what we got.
Hey, Day 14 Savages. Guys, we are back on it. I tell you what, it's been just a crazy weekend, right? Like, we're still putting together some of the proposal things that we have for potential clients this week. And then also, I just wanted to show you guys that some of the messages and some of the follow-up that we're doing, which is huge, right? Like, we have people reaching out from like different groups and seeing our posts and all that stuff. And so that's why it's important. You know, I've probably talked about this before, is it's important that you guys are constantly doing this work every single day, because it's going to compound. You just never know who's going to message you, right? Like, you know, JC Mendez, I have no idea who this guy is, right? But he started DMing me, asking some things about business and all this stuff, which is fantastic. Jake, kind of the same thing, like, hey, let's maybe do some stuff together. You know, I want to know some more information, which is great. Even Franco too was like, hey man, before you leave, I want to visit with you about possible collaborations. Like, you guys just never know where the business is going to come from, and you have to act that way. You just never know, right? And so even with Jake reached out to me. He was like, hey, how are you? You know, I haven't talked to this guy in 8 years. You know what I mean? 8 years, right? And so people are like seeing our posting and this and that. And also, guys, these are people that are in some of the groups that we're in as well. Even though I might be friends with them on Facebook, they're still seeing me post in all these different groups, especially local groups. You guys have seen me kind of going after groups that are in Oklahoma, and businesses too, just for people to know who we are. And just remember, you know, we've got our Facebook set up, our personal Facebook set up, so people kind of know when they come and visit my Facebook, they're going to know, like, Savage Systems, helping businesses grow with systems built to scale. People are curious how they can grow their business. And so, you know, I know we've talked about it, but I'm just trying to ingrain it in your head, guys. As long as you're doing your daily tasks, doing your reach out, doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, you know, we added a bunch more businesses today that we've commented and liked their stuff, which is good. And I told you, there's some people that don't even comment or respond as a business for days, which is crazy. So there's just tons and tons of opportunity out there. As long as you have an idea, like a little bit of an idea of what what we're talking about, what we're doing. And even if you don't, that's okay, right? Like, I literally just had somebody reach out. Hey, we're looking for some new leaders on our team to help us accelerate our growth and development, larger market presence in Phoenix, Arizona. Love to jump on a quick call. Tell me more about our company and plans for the future. Do you have a quick time for chat? Guys, this just came in just now, 7:54 p.m. just now, okay? So, and this is from posting in groups. I have no idea who this person is, just posting in groups. I've been posting in Arizona. I've been posting in Oklahoma groups. I'm in some other ones too, but those are kind of my hot spots. I know a lot of people in Oklahoma. I know quite a bit of people in Arizona. As you guys know, you've probably seen a little bit, we're in the middle of moving. So this week is going to be crazy, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're still going to get this stuff taken care of and rock and roll. So, guys, I'm pumped. If you have questions below, make sure and put them in the comments. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the other cool tools that we're using as well to help with, reaching out and things. So, dude, this is so exciting. Like, day 14, right? We're only on 14 days. We're 2 weeks in, right, of just constant doing outreach and doing all that stuff. And so it's really, really starting to snowball. So just excited to show you guys. Like, we're going to keep pumping along, and you guys make sure and tune in this week, because we're going to be kicking some butt. We'll see you guys soon.
Hey, what's up, guys? So day 14 here. Just going to show you really quick. We're already getting some results for one of our case study clients on the review system, which is super cool. So I'm just going to pop in, show you here, what we got. We actually got a couple reviews here already that have come in today. The campaign literally just started yesterday. So first batch of emails went out yesterday. And obviously some more went out today. Now, keep in mind, this customer's list specifically is pretty small, only a little under 300 people. But we already got a couple reviews for him, a couple 5 stars already. So that's all it takes, man. We got some results. Now we're going to be able to talk to him, here this week about getting launched with some of the other stuff, getting that video testimonial. We already, have mentioned this to him here today. I know it's a Sunday, but we already mentioned this to him here today, and he's super pumped to already have some results coming in, which is super cool. So anyways, just wanted to share this with you guys, right? It's part of the process. We're getting results, showing them what we can do, and now that's going to lead to other things. So we'll see you for end of day report.
Hey guys, day 14 wrapping up. It has been, I told you guys just like a little bit of a slower weekend, but you guys just saw even just early, just a little bit earlier, we were getting some DMs. I saw we've got a live DM while we were recording, which was cool. So I just wanted you guys to really just kind of know like, dude, we're 14 days in. We're doing the work every single day. And to be honest with you guys, I'm like a little bit behind on some of our work as far as like doing some of the reach out. But I want you to know is like there's certain things that I'm like, man, I'm for sure hitting. We're for sure hitting. We're for sure hitting. And we're starting to get some traction. And I've kind of nailed, I was talking, Kate and I were actually just talking about this, is I've kind of nailed down some of the groups that are a little bit more popular. Now we're going back and hitting the value posts with the batches, right? But we've really been able to identify some groups that people are asking the same question over and over, like about marketing and how to start their business and what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to do to get more business? What do I need to do to get more leads? Is a website worth it? Like that was one of the posts in the group. Like, is a website even necessary? You know, and there were some people joking around about it, but you know, I went in and threw like a big value post, and you guys have seen like my template that I kind of have that I switch up for kind of different groups, so it's not like super copy and paste, but I get the basics in there, right, to give the value in there. And a lot of my posts and a lot of my comments, they have, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of them have 10 likes, which is cool because that's being noticed. And so as we continue to be in those groups and answer those questions, we're getting more, let's say, traction, and more people are going to start seeing us more and more. That way, when it starts coming around, as we start picking up and pulling some clients out of some of these other groups, then we have credibility, right? So instead of somebody going, hey, you need to talk to this person, it's like, hey, you need to talk with TJ and Cade over at Savage Systems, you know, eventually, right? We're not saying
Mm-hmm.
that's going to happen even during this series. It might not. Okay, that's okay. But we're talking, we continue to do the work over time. You know, you're going to build that credibility in the group, and then people are going to be able, like, dude, you guys got to talk to these guys. These guys crushed it for me, because all we need is a couple little clients out of there, right? Out of each groups to build that credibility. So,
Yep.
man, I'm just excited. Like, obviously, guys, I'm excited every day. You know what I mean? I told you, you know, not like a whole bunch going on. Kate's putting together a couple of different proposals and things like that for some clients, and it's leading into some really, pun intended, high level stuff. It really is, like, it really really is like some, let's just say, bigger ticket, or man, these people really need some help, guys. Like, they've been delivered something that just wasn't good at all, and they need our help. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just how it is. So I'm just excited to kind of see like day 14 wrapping up. We're going in this week. I've told you guys are going to see me on here. We're going to be on here every single day. It doesn't matter. I still have to drive halfway across the country this week. I still have to finish packing. I still have to do some things, but that doesn't matter. There's no excuses. So when you're coming home and you're like, I'm tired, guess what? I'm tired too. It doesn't matter. We're going to get it done. Okay. So let's rock and roll, babe.
Yep.
Baby, you ended up day 14.
Yep. So another day done. Um, you know, my side again right now, there's a lot of back end stuff. It's more so just like checks and balance things, finding different stuff that's got to be reconnected or fixed. But you know, one of our case study clients, they got their first 2 reviews today, which is awesome.
Let's go.
And so that was super cool to see that we already got some traction and success for them happening. And you know, that we're gonna let that run here for another week, and then it's testimonial time, baby. But on top of that too, like I know we've talked about this in some of our earlier videos. Some of these case study clients are already looking at some additional services with us, so we just wanted to make sure that we got some results for them first with the review system before we started asking for payment. You know, we want to show them, hey, like we know what we're doing, right? We got you some reviews. Obviously, what we do works. We know how to do these things. So if you can see we can get you some reviews, all right, let's see what we can do with your marketing now, right? How can we go get you some leads? So I'm sure we'll have those coming in here probably within a week or so, getting some sales there too. And so, yeah, you know, but I will say, like I said, there's some things that we're finding that need to be fixed. You know, we realize that the auto poster that we have set up when a new review comes in, that it auto posts to their Facebook. There's something wonky going on. So, you know, I got to get with high level support on that, see what's happening. See if we can't figure that out too. So Other than that, guys, I'm sure you guys are probably watching this and being like, man, they just kind of seem to be doing the same thing over and over every. Well, you know what? That's business. It's doing the same stuff over and over and over to get results, right? Now, if the same thing is not working over and over and over, well, then you got to make some changes, right? Because, and I'm sure you're seeing even throughout this, even though we might be doing some of the same things, you're probably also seeing the tweaks and adjustments we're making in those things. Like you're probably seeing that a lot with TJ and how he's doing value posts and outreach and going about doing different things there. And that same thing's happening on the back end with the systems, right? We start onboarding people and we start realizing, okay, we gotta improve this, or this was missing, or we don't need this. We can take this away. So there's always going to be some give and take, and improvements, removing different things. But ultimately, we're doing the same things every day. We're
You're
outreach,
right. You're
exposure,
to-
all of
you're
it.
totally right. Like we're learning some stuff too. You guys have seen me kind of in the groups as far as like, even though I add a bunch of groups, so we got kicked out of some, or some of them just have like no activity at all, or I'm learning, right? I'm learning because I haven't been in groups in a while. And so it's just kind of about, we're just not get like and it's interesting, you guys have seen some of the extra groups that I've like got into recently. I just made a huge list and just popped in a bunch of them over the last few days, right? And I was like trying to figure out, I was like, man, what are the keywords, like what are the things that I need to be looking for? And literally all I did was, I was like, man, I just need to be in some of these bigger towns. Like for me, I told you guys I'm focused on Oklahoma and Arizona, right? Because I've lived in Arizona for years. I'm originally from Oklahoma. I've got a lot of credibility in Oklahoma, but that doesn't really mean anything because we're posting groups that nobody knows me about. But I'm looking up the cities, like the major cities, and I'm typing that in to find the groups, right? Find the groups that are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Broken Arrow, even in Ponca City, Ada, Ardmore, like all these different little smaller groups. uh, I think they're super valuable. And we're just going to kind of see now. I've got like way more ideas. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can go to Arizona and start adding in a bunch of these other little tiny, tiny, tiny groups, which is good because I think that's how you, again, like Kate was saying, is like we're learning, right? We're learning like it's not just about being in the Oklahoma State group, and maybe the little tiny groups is where it's at. And I think they're a little bit more personable. People are asking like a little bit more detailed questions and things like that. And if you know what you're talking about, if you know just a little bit about what you're talking about, you're going to win. You're totally going to win in those groups. So I'm just excited to kind of see that. Obviously, like we showed you guys, dude, we're getting some cool traction. We're getting a bunch of DMs on some different things and questions. And it's really cool to see. So,
Yep.
dude, we're almost halfway through, but psh, we're probably not going to hit it though, Cade. You know what I mean? Just kidding, y'all. Okay, we're coming.
I think it's gonna blow up. I think is what's gonna happen. The compounding is happening right now to where I think, whether it's next week or the week after, I think we're gonna have some really big stuff come through very soon, just with the conversations that we're having, the different things we're putting together for people, and just even the free work that we're doing for these case studies right now. I mean, honestly, I think we're gonna get a really good review too, even from our first paying customer, which it's $97 a month, but I think we're gonna get a really solid review from that customer as well. And then even if one of these other customers don't necessarily move forward in terms of like with one of the services, I think we'll get a solid review just for the fact that you hopped on a Zoom call and helped them solve a problem, because they were ecstatic about that. The fact that you were willing to take the time to do that, even if they don't purchase something from us, I believe that we'll still get a review from them just because of that reason, right? So, like, and that goes back to two guys. Like, if someone has a problem and you can help them solve it, or even attempt to help them solve it, you think you know what to do, get on a call with them, help them try and give value, allow that value to build the connection, and then let it lead to other stuff.
It's totally true, Cade. Like we've had some experience with that already, and you and I both have a little bit of experience with it. It's just, sometimes people are still even scared. Look, how much are you gonna charge me?
Hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna charge you anything, dude. It's free. And by
Yeah.
the way, If you have another question about anything, just hit me up, dude. It's all good.
Yep.
Because guys, if you can take just 5 or 10 or 15 minutes of your day, that's nothing. That's not, what is that, 1%? I don't know my percentages very well. Whatever. Maybe 1% of your entire day to just help somebody out, and you do it for complete free. They're going to remember that. They're totally going to remember that. And guess what? If they're asking about something that you know a little bit about or whatever it is, they're going to come back and ask you more questions. Because if they're newer, or even if they're not newer, if they're maybe been in the industry or whatever it is, but they
It
ask
could
a
just be
question.
something around a specific part of, like it could be,
Yeah.
how do we get more reviews? How do I automate this, right? I'm having a problem with this. Do you know how to fix it? It could be anything that maybe you know how to do or could figure out how to do and help them figure out how to do. And, that could, and then, here's what I would say too. Like, keep in mind, there are people who will literally just come to you over and over and over trying to get free stuff, right? You got to keep an eye out for that too, right? There are those people that will try and just get as much as they can, right? But ultimately, there's also, I would say, far more people that understand that time is valuable and they truly appreciate when someone's willing to give their time for free to help them solve a problem. And then that a lot of times will then lead to a connection, which then leads to them wanting to spend money with you because you helped them for free in the beginning and you took the time to do that, right? So, but yeah, just know that there are those people that will try to suck everything out of you they can. So you got to be wary of those, but don't let that deter you from going out and serving people, helping people, building connections, because even if that person doesn't buy from you, you could go ask them for a testimonial. Hey, by the way, I know we're not doing business together necessarily, but would you be open to leaving a testimonial just about how my company helped you? And most people are
Huge.
very cool with that,
Definitely.
or referrals, 100% will refer people to you too. But you got to ask.
And guys, we haven't even set up. It's funny because we've been kind of randomly getting on calls, just kind of like through messages, right? I'm like, Kate, you available? Hop on this, whatever it is, right? We haven't even had a schedule. We haven't even set up our calendar. Have we set up our calendar? Is our calendar set up? No, guys,
No.
we don't have a calendar set up. So that's another really cool tool that I'm sure we'll show you guys. It might not be in this series, but we'll probably have it somewhere as, just setting up your tool. Like, hey, no worries, you can send them a link, say, hey, I stay really busy, but book a time on my calendar. You know what I mean? That way it might help you stay a little bit more organized. Or if they're referring something out, trying to connect two dots, just be like, hey, send in my calendar. I book a spot, man. I can get on with for 15 minutes. Cause like what Cade's saying is so important, man. It's like, we're getting in front of more people. And that's what this game is all about. Getting in front of a lot of people. And sometimes we have to do it a lot for free. That's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's going to pay you back. It's going to come back. Those are going to be like, dude, this guy helped me out with this. Like, I'm sure he charges for something, but hey, it doesn't matter. And we're upfront with people like, hey, you know what? We could probably help you out this for free. And some of this other stuff, it's a little bit bigger. Like we have to do some serious work. It's going to cost you some money. Like, and when we're having those conversations, people are a lot more open. They're like, oh yeah, of course. I totally understand. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I get it. So when you're bringing up money, it's not even that like, oh shoot, well, how much are you going to charge me? Like, man, we're going to be super reasonable about it. We want to help you out.
Yep.
And that's the truth. It is.
Yep. Exactly. So
cool, man.
that's all I got for day 14.
Let's go, baby.
All right. We'll see you in day 15 tomorrow.
15. Let's go.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.